Well, good evening. Welcome to the Auburn Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for Thursday, April 20th, 2023. So I've got a couple of housekeeping items that I'm going to walk through before we get started. We have 2 hearings this evening. So if you would permit me. This is an open meeting of the Town of Auburn Zoning Board of Appeals. It's being operated as a hybrid format under Chapter 107 of the Acts of 2022. The public can join the meeting remotely by telephone. Dial 1-646-749-3112 and access code 944-571-349. Or joining by computer by visiting https://global.gotomeeting.com/944-571349. All supporting material that has been provided to members of this body are available on the town's website. The public is encouraged to follow along using the posted agenda. As a preliminary matter, my name is Michael Marin, acting chair of the Zoning Board of Appeals. If you'd permit me, I'm going to confirm that all members that are participating this evening on the agenda or participating remotely are present and can hear me. So members, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Mr. Garabedian?
Present.
Ms. Chicolo?
Present.
Mr. Cussy?
Present.
Ms. Bush?
Present.
And Ms. Roche?
Present.
Okay. Town officials and employees participating, when I call your name, please respond in the affirmative. Tim Pratt? Caleb Moody?
Present.
Jesse?
Present.
Burka? Thank you.
Yeah, you got it.
All right. Thank you. An improvement from last meeting, I believe. Please note that each vote will be taken this evening, will be conducted by a roll call vote, and also that the meeting is being recorded by the Auburn Cable Television. If there are applicants participating remotely, we'll ask them to state their name and address if they're attending, as if they were attending in person. Okay. So that concludes the housekeeping items. There's one final, excuse me. So our chairman, Robert Tatro, isn't present this evening, so I'm going to, without objection, bring one of our alternates forward. So Ms. Bush will be a full voting participant this evening. Okay, so our first hearing, and sorry for the delay. Thanks for getting us back on track. We have a 6 p.m. applicant, Brusa Construction Corp., requesting a special permit under section 8.3.2 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for changing a non-conforming structure located at 118 South Hold Road, map 20, parcel 20. Is the applicant present? Okay, you could approach the lectern, sir.
I'm gonna sit right here. So
Oh, very good. So if you could approach all the way up, sir. And while the applicant's doing that, if I could have a motion to open the hearing?
Motion to open the hearing.
I'll second.
Motions are made and seconded, so, Ms. Cussy? Open. Oh, Ms. Bush?
Open.
Ms. Roche?
Open.
And the chair votes to open. Good evening, sir. If you could state your name and let us know what you'd wish to accomplish.
All right, my name is Sergio Guimarães, president of Brusa Construction, located in Southborough, Massachusetts, 337 Turnpike Road. The reason we're requesting this meeting is we bought this property end of last year and tried to put a second floor on it and realized we don't have the front setbacks required by the zoning on the existing structure. And we're trying to maintain floor walls and existing foundation and adding on the back of the property now a 2-car garage with the second floor. It will be a total of 4 bedroom, 2.5 bath in the laundry on the second floor. Attic will be used just for a storage. And we know it's town sewer and private water. And that's how, so we're requesting for the front setbacks.
Before I open it up to the board for questions, you said town sewer and private water?
Private water in town sewer.
So it's a well?
Wow.
All right, thank you very much. Anything else to add, sir?
No?
Okay. All right, so we'll go ahead and open it up to the board for questions. Mr. Colo?
I would like to hold some questions
All right, very good. Mr. Cussy?
Same. I'd like to hear what the other board members have to say.
Very good. Ms. Roche?
Well, I always want to reserve because I think there may be some abutters, so I'd like to be able to ask questions after that, but I guess just a few points, just to get a couple things. So the front setback is the only thing that you need relief from tonight, correct?
Yes,
And right now, it's 2 bedrooms in the current structure?
right now, this is 2-bedroom, yes,
Okay, and you're proposing it to go to 4 bedrooms?
4-bedroom, yeah.
Okay. And was the well tested at all for quantity when you purchased it?
No, it was never done any tests to the well.
Okay,
We closed that off, the winter coming, so we shut everything off, so not have any water damage in the property.
okay. For me, that's it for now, but I will probably want to ask more after about it.
Thank you, Ms. Bush?
I'll wait until after we hear from the board.
Fair enough. Before I open it up to what is Mr. Garabedian, any questions this evening?
Not at this moment, no.
All right, very good. Thank you. So we'll reserve to come back to the board. Are there any abutters for this property in this application this evening?
No.
Not seeing any online, and not seeing anyone gesture in the audience. So I'll go back into the board. Ms. Chacolo? Any
Thank you.
follow-up?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You've, in your paperwork, you stated that there's going to be 4 bedrooms with a master suite. That's inclusive, 4 bedrooms,
Yes, correct, sir.
the master suite
Yes.
contained in that.
Yes,
The current house has 2 bedrooms, correct?
bedrooms, yes.
You're going to be doing away with those.
Say that again?
Are you going to be doing away with the 2 bedrooms that are there now?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And, well, I guess, do you plan on speaking with the planning board? I asked the question only because it's a pretty ambitious project. And you're adding to the back of the house.
Yes.
And in viewing it, I did not see an awful lot of room between the current existing house
Yep.
and the embankment in the back.
I understand
So
that.
figuring that you might have to do some site work.
Yeah, it will be, we don't have over here on this drawings, she forgot to put it on, a 3D image of it. It will be a structural wall, on the back of the garage, being built over there.
So you will be digging into that embankment and putting up a retaining wall?
Yes, you're retaining wall there, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chacolo. Mr. Cussy?
I have no questions.
Good. Thank you, Mr. Cussy. Ms. Bush?
I don't have anything right
Ms. Rowe?
now. I just, not to put him on the spot like I always do, but just to see if Caleb had anything he wants to add.
No, just to follow up on Mr. Chiquillo's comment, it won't go to planning board, but it will go to DPW for a land disturbance permit, so they'll look at the drainage and the grading of the site.
No, I think just to clarify for Mr. Chacolo's comment about the bedrooms, it looks like the ones on the first floor are gonna be made part of the main living space and all the bedrooms are gonna be upstairs.
Yes,
according to
yeah,
the
first
plan.
floor be just, like dining,
Living space.
families.
Okay, no other questions for me then?
Thank you. Mr. Garabedian?
I'm good.
Okay, very good. So that's around the board twice. Mr. Chacolo, did you have another question? Okay,
all set.
thank you. I just had one follow-up. So looking at the house as it sits
Yeah.
now, my assumption is that what's there now is being taken down completely, correct?
Oh, no, we did an engineer inspection over there, the existing foundation that's there now, it meets the standard today, code, so that's gonna remain in place. The existing foundation and the first floor walls.
So the foundation and first floor walls?
Yes.
But you're increasing the footprint, so it'll be
On the
additive.
back,
It'll be
to
additive.
the
to
back
that.
on it, that's gonna be a new frost wall and, structure above that.
Okay. And the existing foundation will stay
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
Okay.
The rear deck may end up becoming just a patio, just because of the grade we have it over there. So right now it shows a deck, but probably end up being just a patio over there.
Okay. All right, thank you very much. Any additional comments? Okay, anything else from the board? Nope. Okay, and I don't know if anyone came in as we were speaking, but I'll just go one more time. Any abutters for this application? None present. Okay, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
So I'll take a motion to close the public portion of the hearing.
Make a motion to close?
Second.
Thank you, gentlemen. Mr. Chacolo, how do you vote? Just to close the public portion of the hearing. A vote to close the public portion of the hearing.
Yeah, agree.
Okay. Ms. Cussy?
Close.
Ms. Bush?
Close.
Ms. Roche?
Close.
And the chair votes to close. Okay. So we have before us the application for the front setback. And I think that Ms. Roche well articulated that that's succinctly what's before us, right? So for the application for the setback for the non-conforming use of the lot. Any comments for the board? Is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve the special permit under section 8.3.2 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for changing a non-conforming structure located at 118 South Hold Road with standard conditions.
Thank you.
Second.
Made and second with standard conditions. Very good. I'll take a roll call vote around the horn. Mr. Chacolo, how do you vote?
Approve?
Mr. Cussy? Approve. Ms. Bush?
Approve.
Ms. Roche?
Approve.
And the chair approves. So congratulations, sir. So it's been approved. Good luck to you in the project.
I appreciate it. Thank you all.
Good evening. Thanks for being here. Okay. So our second hearing this evening is at 6:05 PM. Applicant Matthew Morrissey requesting a special permit under section 9.3.12 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for an accessory apartment located at 76 Jerome Ave, map 6, parcel 19. Is the applicant present? You could come up and have a seat, sir. If I could take a motion to open the hearing.
Motion to open?
I'll second.
Ms. Cussy, and seconded. Ms. Chacolo, how do you vote?
Agree?
Mr. Cussy?
Open. Yep.
Ms. Roche?
Open.
Ms. Bush?
Open.
And the chair votes to open. Good evening, sir. If you could state your name for the record and tell us what you'd like to accomplish.
Good evening. I am Matt Morrissey. I'm the resident and owner of 76 Jerome Ave. I am seeking a special permit to add an accessory apartment to my property that my in-laws will be able to move in and basically be an in-law for my property. I do want to start by saying I completely missed one of the design requirements and just labeled it as a 2-bedroom accessory apartment, but it's actually 1 bedroom and the other room is specifically an office for my father-in-law who works from home. I do have him, Al Abdurazak, he's in the audience. If you have any questions for him, but I just wanted to clarify that that will specifically be an office for him. And if there's anything you need me to do, if I need to revise the plans for record, the letter of intent, because I did reflect it as a 2nd bedroom on my mistake, but I just wanted to clarify here right now.
Thank you.
And then if you need any other questions about the other
Any
projects.
other comments
Yeah.
before you open up to the board?
Nope, whatever you guys
All
need.
right, very good. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Let's, in all fairness, we'll start at this end this time. Ms. Bush, any questions for the applicant?
I have, just about the driveway, is there, how many parking spots do you have?
I currently have 4. Yeah, and we might be adding more space, but I know that's a application with the DPW, so I'll just go with that way, once we know for sure.
I don't have anything else at the moment.
All right, thank you very much. Ms. Roche?
Hi. Okay, so I just have a couple things. Right now, I drove by too, so right now there's nothing there,
Correct.
right? And I'm just trying to see, you're gonna add sort of like a transitional, like a, maybe a mudroom or a hallway?
Yes, there's a mudroom that is going to be one door to my house, there's one front door to kind of maintain it looking like there's only one property, like one house there. That was one of the main things that my wife and I wanted anyway. You can see that on one of the pages, we made it look like it's one, as I said. So there's a main door that leads into a mudroom, which will have a door on the left-hand side and the right-hand side. That only if you are allowed into my house, you can make the decision on which side you want to go to.
And the first floor is going to be the in-law apartment off the street side, and the above it is gonna be a master bedroom that's accessed only through your home.
No, the first floor is specifically a combination of, on the left-hand side will be my kitchen, my living room, and then on the other side of the mudroom is in-law or accessory apartment that's only one floor. And then the second floor is an addition to my house that connects just strictly into my living room.
Right, okay, okay. So sewer, you're gonna be adding obviously a bedroom. Does your current septic system allow for the addition of this bedroom?
We have, we aren't too sure, but we're gonna run the evaluation. If we have to add anything, we'll make sure we'll upgrade any systems that we need.
Okay. And Caleb, if I might, is that something that is also verified from the building department? I know I'm the one who always asks about sewer, but is that something that when they pull permits is verified?
So through the chair, you don't have municipal sewer?
I just have the regular town sewer.
Oh,
Yeah,
Connection into
so you
that.
don't have a septic system?
No, no,
Yeah.
no septic.
You have municipal sewer?
Yes, yeah.
excellent. Then I have no more questions.
Thank you, Ms. Bush.
Can you just, I'm not sure I heard how, the result of that conversation.
They have town sewer. I thought they had septic. I read the application wrong.
The bit about the mudroom.
Oh,
The in-law apartment is below the first floor?
No, it's on the first floor.
it's even with, if you look at this little like square right here on the plan.
And the staircase that you refer to?
The
Sorry
staircase,
if I'm usurping you.
there is a staircase in the mudroom that is to access the basement.
That will go down
We'll
to...
go down to, yeah, we have an unfinished basement down there, and that's,
So it will be a staircase down to the in-law apartment?
no, the in-law apartment, when you walk into the front door, the in-law apartment is on one floor. It is level with the main part of my house. There are no stairs involved with the in-law, or accessory apartment, sorry.
Okay, I just want to be sure I understand this. Okay, in your description, the first floor will consist of a new entryway mudroom with a staircase to the basement and in-law.
Yes, the whole basement is connected. There's one basement throughout my entire property, and then it's just one staircase.
The in-law is at the bottom of those stairs that you're referring to.
No, the top.
No. I think he's saying the first floor will consist of a new entryway and mudroom with a staircase to the basement, and that mudroom will also contain an entrance to the
Okay.
in-law.
Yes, sorry. Yes, yeah, exactly. Yeah, the mudroom will have 3 doorways, or 4 if you're counting the front door. The one in the back of the mudroom is the basement access to the house.
Okay. All right. I've got it now.
Thank you.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman, I
Not
didn't
at all.
mean to.
No, not at all. I appreciate the clarification. Thank you, Bill. Mr. Cussy?
Yeah, so the total square footage is gonna be 782?
Of the in-law?
Yeah.
No, it should be around 670.
Okay. Yeah, I just see first floor plan, 782.
I did notice the plans, those are, I don't know what they did, but those are incorrect. I pulled the square footage of the rooms myself and added the in-law, and it's roughly 670 square feet. Yeah, one of the design requirements I wanted to make sure when we were drafting this was under the 700-foot threshold that we need.
Okay. That's all I have for questions right now.
Thank you, Mr. Cussy. Mr. Garabedian?
Just for clarification, I know it's been asked, but I'm trying to wrap it in my brain. So you're going into the entryway, which side's the in-law apartment and which side's the rest of the house?
The left-hand side door, that is for the accessory apartment.
Okay.
And the right-hand door is to my house, my side.
That's all I have at this moment.
All right, thank you very much. And before the chair asks a couple of questions, any follow-up questions from the board? Ms. Roche?
Just not, I think we want to hear from the butters before we
Agree.
ask any other questions.
Yeah, okay, absolutely fair, and I'll reserve mine. Are there any abutters for this property that are attending this evening in the audience? No one that'd like to speak on this application? Okay, thank you, sir. So if you could approach,
You have to go up to the
if you
microphone.
could go up to the microphone and state your name, sir,
You can go up to that one.
share your comments.
He's fine there, Jesse.
Yeah, that's okay.
My name is Gene Crowell, and I want to know, in my mind, is the upstairs is the living room, upstairs is the dining room?
Upstairs is just bedrooms, additional bedrooms for
Okay,
my house.
So when you walk in your house, to the left would be kitchen,
When you walk into my house, is you walk right into the living room, and then past the living room is the kitchen. And then off of the living room are stairs that will lead upstairs. Yep.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any other abutters that'd like to speak on this application? Which one's this? This is, the Jerome Ave, 76 Jerome Ave, sir.
You missed it. You missed it.
We're in the middle of this hearing, sir. We can address that offline if you wish, but thank you. So, no other abutters for this application? Not seeing any online? Okay, so we'll go back to the board. Thank you. Any other questions from the board?
No, maybe just one comment from me, because I don't think we've talked about it, so just to get it on the record for anybody who may be watching later. The brief from the petitioner does address the setbacks, even though there is no abutters, asking about it. It looks like, both of the setbacks are met. Once the addition is put up, they're still gonna be within what's allowed for setbacks on both sides of the new additional space.
Thank you for that.
A note.
All right, very good. No, thank you for that. I had just a question on the proposed addition. So the proposed addition essentially is the accessory apartment.
Yes.
Okay, so, and understanding the accessory apartment's gonna be on the first floor. Are you expecting to put a full foundation and basement underneath that?
Yes.
That'll be used for,
It'll just be an unfinished basement for me and my father-in-law, just to have extra storage space.
and your plans speak to, I know that some of the board members had a question on that, but your plans speak to 670 square feet?
Yes.
Okay, because that conflicts with the measurements that we're taking in these plans.
Yes.
Which is something that can be flushed out through permitting. But you're aware of that?
Yeah, that's why I took on the page 3, I took the actual individual room square footage and then added those together, and that was around the 670 is where I got that from.
All right. Okay, thank you very much. Any additional questions from the board? Nope. Okay, all right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Appreciate it very much. Take a motion to close the public portion of
Through
the
the
hearing?
chair, before we close, I just have a question about the bedrooms. I know the bylaw only allows for one bedroom. Regardless of what they say it's gonna be used for, the building code and the health code looks as a bedroom, as a room with a door that provides privacy, an emergency escape window, and a closet. So this, whether they wanna call it an office or a den, it's a bedroom as far as the building code is concerned. So we have to put smoke detectors in there like it's a bedroom. We have to treat it like a bedroom. So I just don't want any confusion as to just because he says it's not being used as a bedroom today, it's a bedroom. So I just want that to be clear.
Thank you for bringing that up, Caleb. So for accessory apartments, one bedroom is allowed?
That's what the bylaw allows, yes.
Succinctly.
But we can condition that the closet be removed.
Yeah, if I may, I do have my contractor, Mike Dillon, here. We already spoke about that, and we will remove the closet, and that's why I was wondering if you want to revise plans showing that.
Just removing the closet wouldn't be, it's still a room with an escape window and a door that affords privacy. So it would have to, according to Board of Health, it can't provide privacy. It has to be open.
From your perspective, meaning it would need a smoke certificate, or in your opinion, the wall in between the two needs to be gone?
Well, if there's a door to the room, then it's considered a bedroom, so it would have to be treated as such, and smoke detectors would have to be installed. If he wanted to revise the plan so it wasn't considered a bedroom, he could do that, or he could request that the board approve a two-bedroom accessory apartment.
Is there additional comment from the board? It certainly gives us pause to think about how we navigate that moving forward. Mr. Cussy?
Approving a two-bedroom would open a
Oh, yeah,
can of
that's-
worms for us. I wouldn't recommend that.
Thank you, Mr. Cussy. Is there an additional comment that you'd like to add, sir? And if you could approach, because no one can hear you from back there. So if you could approach, and we haven't closed the public portion of the hearing. So if you could sit and state your name, sir.
Sure, my name's Al Abdurazak at 200 Rothschild Street. We plan on occupying that accessory apartment. The idea of putting a door there, I do a lot of Zoom call meetings. It's just for quietness. It was drawn as an office/bedroom, I think just by knee-jerk reaction from a drawer. We didn't even think about it till we started reading through the bylaws. It's my wife and I only in there. But to your point, I could understand, goodness, if you had company or something and someone slipped over, I guess. Preparing it for that wouldn't be a bad idea, but the intent isn't to have a bedroom there. There's plenty of bedrooms on their side, we're family, so it would be suffice to use that. I just wanted to clarify that. The door part, like, yeah, if you kept it open, I guess, yeah, you could keep it open. But the reason why I have a door is because I do Zoom calls about twice a week. It's just for the quiet room. That's it.
Thank you for your comments. I appreciate it very much.
Just make one comment through the chair. Would a door into the other bedroom instead of the hallway be considered?
I'm just trying to follow, that's my existing conditions. Page 3 has the new floor plan. This right there's the office that we're proposing.
So instead of the door here,
Instead of into the, this is his
door into
existing,
that.
away
this
with
is
the-
his existing house now,
away
this
with
is
the
the
hall
plan
door.
for the new one,
Put the hall door down here.
right, in between.
But, you know, there's a question.
What page is he looking at? 'Cause I,
Sure, what page is that?
page three.
page 3.
Page 3
My
is,
So
suggestion.
the question back is whether or not you could relocate.
So this is the accessory apartment?
Okay, this is my home as it is right
They
now.
use the inside,
This is my room right here. Accessory apartment, living room,
us give them relief to the two-bedroom.
yeah, but that's, we have said, we have made people come back 3 times and redraw plans, and one guy had a storage unit, told him no.
As long as the square
The
footage.
suggestion would be for these two rooms to connect,
We've said no to 2 bedrooms.
rather than a door here. You could reconfigure the closets and connect these two rooms. If you had to travel through the bedroom to get into the office, then it wouldn't be considered a bedroom.
Yeah, whatever's easiest, we can do that.
Make a door.
If you could share that to the board, Caleb, because I'm
That
challenged with how that would negate that from
is actually
being utilized as a bedroom,
existing house.
So
just by the door look.
through the chair, my suggestion was to connect the two rooms with a doorway so that you had to go through the bedroom to get into the office. If that's the case, then it doesn't provide, if you have to go through another bedroom to get into it, it doesn't provide privacy. It can't be considered a bedroom. That was my suggestion.
We can absolutely do that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
We may come back to you for a condition
Yeah.
on articulating that. Any other questions from the board?
No.
Not really a question, but a comment, and I hate to close the meeting if there's gonna be additional comments from anyone other than us. But the brief says 669 square feet, and the plans that we have are like 782. I guess just from my perspective, we all know the limit is 700. We have absolutely granted relief to people who are slightly over that. This is in no way 1,100 or some other high amount that we, in the past, have said no to. But in case it becomes a point of discussion between the board later, I wanted there to be. I think sometimes when you add the square footages of the rooms, stairs and hallways, some, certain things count that may not, they take it into consideration. But I guess for me, 2 square feet, it's not, it's a minimal,
Through the chair, the 782 that you're looking at is the existing home. You want to go to sheet 2 of 8, and it lists the square footage of each room.
sheet 2.
Sheet 2 of 8 is on the left-hand side, is the accessory apartment.
Yep. Did you do the math, Caleb?
I'm doing it right now.
Okay.
Thanks for that. That may put that to rest, Caleb.
Yep,
Because I had the same
Sure.
query.
I apologize too, that's my
No,
fault.
I had the same, I put him to the test a few minutes ago.
Okay, so looking at the front, where,
How small this is.
yes, it is on the apartment, he's gonna measure the square.
I got 669 when I did the math.
You did?
Yeah.
Thanks for coming.
109.
Okay. Then I'll just drink my water.
Yes, that's good.
It's 165,
And move the doorway.
it's 296,
Good to go.
165, plus 296, plus 99.
You beat him by a mile.
I did by hand.
Math genius.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, no, agree.
It's the same.
Now, this one shows
So that was added, drawn to
one
the
shows
plans
the
that we just saw.
doorway.
Ms. Bush?
into that area.
That was added, drawn to the plans that was drawn, and it lands at 669
This is gonna
exactly.
be his
Yeah,
house.
and Mr. Garabedian
Entranceway
also
is
came
here,
up
so
with that math
everything to
pretty
the
quickly.
left of.
Good, very good.
Minus the accessory apartment.
No
Gentlemen,
further
are we good?
questions?
We good on math?
Everything to the left of it,
Good, good.
We're good.
okay?
All right, any other questions or comments from the board? Any other questions,
Just move
comments from the waters?
The doorway.
Yeah.
Any other comments from the applicant?
Nope, just whatever you need me to do for that office, just let me know and I'll make it happen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is the
All right.
apartment right here,
So if
right?
there are no other questions from the board, I'll take a
This is the
motion to close the public portion of the hearing.
That's the right side.
Which
Make
would
that
be
motion to
this
close the public
right
hearing.
here.
I'll second.
Okay, made in second. Mr. Colo,
Close the hearing.
closing the public portion of the hearing.
Approve.
Mr. Cussy? Ms. Bush?
Approve.
Ms. Roche?
Approve.
And the chair approves. Okay. So as it stands before us, I think we've navigated some of the potential challenges for this applicant. We've settled on the square footage. Any additional questions or comments before the motion's been proposed?
I guess one just to Caleb for comment. If we are to put forth a motion to approve with condition that that plan be, that is sufficient, or we would need them to submit a new plan to us? in your
No,
opinion?
you could just
Do it through the building
condition the approval that they revise it to a one-bedroom design.
Okay, okay.
And a one-bedroom design would be forced by moving the door and disallowing privacy on the second room?
Yeah, if you put the door, if you have to go through the master bedroom in order to get into the office, then it doesn't afford any privacy, so it, I mean, it can be used for sleeping, but nobody wants to sleep in a room where they have to travel through someone else's bedroom to get to it, so it's,
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
it's more of a sitting area for a master bedroom than.
Rather than an open plan, but it also gets them to a space where they can have privacy for a private office.
Right.
And not an open room, which accomplishes their immediate goal. Okay, great compromise. Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the applicant 605 hearing requesting a special permit under section 9.3.12 of the Auburn zoning bylaw for accessory apartment located at 76 Jerome Ave with the condition that the accessory dwelling unit is a one-bedroom and with the other standard conditions.
I'll second it.
made and seconded. Before I take a roll call vote, if I may, Caleb, is that motion as articulated with the condition satisfy?
Yeah, that's fine.
Very good. All right. Thank you. Not questioning
Nope.
the condition, but
Double check.
wanted to make sure that we landed as agreed. Mr. Colo?
Approve. I second it.
Ms. Cussy? Approve. Ms. Bush?
Approve.
Ms. Roche?
Approve.
And the chair approves as stated. Congratulations, sir. So some
Thank you very much.
conditions on the application, but your willingness to work with us with those conditions, hopefully get you into the project that you're looking for.
And you guys, do you want just a record plan? I can do that by Monday if you need it, just to have.
And that's something that
You're
you
gonna
can
have to submit for the building permit, so we can just do it that way.
Okay,
Great, thank you.
work with their office, but good luck to all of you.
Thank you very much.
for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for walking through that. It was a great option to get them there. That was good. Yeah, that was a great option. Because Ms. Cussy, that was an excellent objection. I mean, we just didn't want to get on that road. Right. I agree. I agree. Okay, with the board's indulgence, we do have a couple of gentlemen that came in for the prior hearing that had some questions. And so if the board would agree, I wouldn't mind offering them a couple of minutes to state their question if we could answer them. Sir, if you had questions, if you could come forward because no one can hear you. Sorry for the formality, but we'd certainly like to address your questions if possible. We did have a slight delay on the meeting this evening and then we jumped, that was the first hearing. So if you could just state your name for the record, sir, and then hopefully we can answer your
Ed
question.
Usher, 91 Southhold. I'm just basically wondering what they're doing up there. What do they plan on doing?
On the first application.
Yeah.
So as best I understand it, and Caleb, keep this honest, but they had an application in for us to essentially approve relief from a front setback. The plan, as I understand it, is to keep the footprint foundation and the first floor walls, and then reconstruct a new dwelling, a new home, in the fashion that you're looking at.
Yeah.
that
I
property.
used to own this house that's up there. They're almost better off putting a new foundation in and have a real house when you're done with it. It'll be cheaper, easier for them by the time. The water flows in that house and out. And, frontage, just single family?
Yes, sir.
No problem. Yeah. That's all. I didn't know what they were doing up
Yeah,
there.
it's intended for a single family. I understand that there's going to be some work and a retaining wall in the back.
Oh, you need that,
Because
yeah.
they're extending back there with a garage. My view, it's a nice design.
Oh, yeah.
And from what I understand, I appreciate your comments and your expertise and the property. They had the foundation inspector to look at and what came back that it had integrity. But I'm not challenging your comments with experience.
It runs in, it runs out. It's probably better for them if they want to have a nice house to put a new foundation around, in the same spot, but I was just worried about apartments or solar fields up there.
So neither are before the board for that
Okay.
application, sir.
Okay.
It's a single-family application.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks for being in. I'm sorry I put you off.
No, that's
Just,
fine. That's
we've
fine.
got a certain process and.
I understand.
Couldn't jump into the middle of the other one,
The,
but,
my mom got sick at the last minute, so.
I'm sorry to
I
hear.
had to grab a ride with somebody else.
listen, I'm glad we could answer your questions,
Hey,
but
thank you
I'm
very much.
sorry to put you off like that. Thank you very much. Good evening.
Yeah, I think because if we did, we can do these minutes. Contend with, keeping.
All right, so we do have a couple of housekeeping items to adjourn this evening, with some minutes.
Sure.
And on the agenda this evening, someone very thoughtfully, and I'm sure in this room, articulated who is responsible for voting on these minutes for these meetings. So we did this pretty smoothly last time. So for the first 3/16/23 minutes that are before us, okay, so we can't take a vote because Mr. Tatro is not here.
Yeah, we only need 4 out of 5.
We actually only need three.
Thank you. You were trying to tell me that, and I stopped listening. Thank you. You're right. Okay, so we can take a vote on all of them.
Yeah, we only need 3 out of 5.
Very good. Okay, all right, so we'll do that, and we'll do it relatively quickly for everyone's wear and tear. So, for a vote to accept the minutes from 3/16/23, Ms. Roche,
Approve.
Ms. Bush,
Approve.
Mr. Garabedian?
Approve.
Very good. Thank you. And so, a vote to accept the minutes as written for August 18th, 2022. Mr. Cussy? Approve. Mr. Colo? Approve. And the chair votes to approve. So a motion to vote the 6/16/22 meeting minutes as written. Ms. Chacolo?
Approve.
Mr. Cussy? Approve. Ms. Roche?
Approve.
Ms. Bush?
Approve.
And the chair votes to approve. We were all here, I figured we'd carry it through. A vote for the 5/19/2022 minutes to approve as written. Ms. Chacolo?
Approve.
Ms. Roche?
Approve.
And the chair votes to approve. And then a motion to vote for the April 21st, 2022 minutes as written. Ms. Chacolo?
Approve.
Mr. Cussy? Approve. Ms. Bush?
Approve.
And the chair votes to approve. And finally, a proposed vote to approve the March 17th, 2022 minutes as written. Mr. Cussy? Approve. Ms. Bush?
Approve.
Ms. Roche?
Approve.
And the chair votes to approve. And those go to 22. Very good. So that really catches us up with a great deal of housekeeping. Thank you, Caleb. Appreciate that. If no other questions or comments, I think that's all of our business. The next meeting posted is May 18th, 2023. And with that, I'll take a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
Second, Mr. Colo? Approve. Mr. Cussy? Approve. Ms. Bush?
Approve.
Ms. Roche?
Approve.
And the chair votes to approve. We are adjourned.